Really, really depressed, actually. I think I started off this pandemic thinking it was just people being a bit stupid and it would all pass. But now I realize that this is organized. And you rightly mentioned the Great Reset. Anyone who doesn't realize that the Great Reset is the biggest threat to our way of life right now hasn't been paying attention. They take it deadly seriously, the people from the World Economic Forum. And so, unfortunately, do our political leaders. When you hear the phrase build back better, and I've heard our Prime Minister use it. I've heard Joe Biden use it. This is the code phrase for the Great Reset of our lives.
And James, the World Economic Forum have been tweeting today's consumers do not want more and better goods and services. Rather, they increasingly expect companies to contribute social welfare, et cetera, et cetera. Is this all part and parcel of it?
Absolutely. Their belief is that the old world, the world that you and I suspect most of your viewers really quite liked, is broken. It needs to be changed, whether we like it or not. They're claiming there that we like it. I'm not sure that we do, actually. They're talking about things like they don't want us to own property anymore. We're not going to own anything. It will be provided for us. Well, who does own the property? Who's renting it out to us? Some sort of shadowy elite. This is a takeover by the technocrats. And I urge anyone who thinks that this is a kind of conspiracy theory to do a bit of background reading. The Great Reset, the World Economic Forum, combined with UN Agenda 2030, as it's now called, is a complete transformation of our societies around the world on lines I would call communist or fascist. I mean, frankly, what's the difference? This is terrifying, much scarier than the flu, the Wu flu.
Exactly. Well, speaking of the Wu flu, you on your brilliant Delling Pod, which I urge people to Google and go to. The Delling Pod is James Delling-Pole's podcast. You interviewed recently Dr. Mike Yeadon, a well-respected and extremely successful biochemist, pharmacist, toxicologist there in the UK, very successful businessman, about the UK lockdown and COVID. And I urge viewers to go and listen to that. It's an hour and a bit long, but it's worth listening to. But he accuses the chief health officers of Britain of being liars and that the pandemic is over. Tell us about it, James.
Yes, it's an extraordinary... I urge anyone to spend that hour and 40 minutes